Let Rohan made $95,000 a year. He drove a BMW, wore designer clothes, lived in a luxury apartment. But when he lost his job, he was broke in 60 days. Not 6 months. Not a year. 60 days. Today, I'm going to reveal the one middle-class habit that silently destroys wealth for 78% of Americans earning 6 figures. And the scariest part? You don't even realize it's happening until it's too late. Warren Buffett calls this financial suicide in slow motion. Let me show you Rohan's story, because it might just be your story too. 1. The American Dream Trap. This is Rohan. 28 years old. Software engineer in San Francisco. January 2023, Rohan got promoted. His salary jumped from $75,000 to $95,000. A $20,000 raise. Almost 27% more money. And then, it happened. The thing that happens to millions of middle-class Americans every single year. Rohan thought, I've worked hard. I deserve this. First decision, upgrade the car. Traded his reliable Honda Civic for a BMW 3 Series. Monthly payment? $650. Everyone at work drives nice cars. I need to look successful. Second decision, move to a better apartment. Rent jumped from $1,800 to $2,900. Location matters. Plus, I can afford it now. Third decision, lifestyle upgrade. DoorDash 4 times a week. Gym membership at Equinox. New wardrobe from Nordstrom. I'm making good money. Why shouldn't I enjoy it? Within 90 days, Rohan's life looked completely different. Instagram was popping off, car photos, rooftop dinners, weekend trips to Napa. Comments rolling in, living your best life. Goals. You deserve it, King. His friends thought he'd made it. His family was proud. But there was one number nobody saw. Rohan's bank balance, $1,247. His salary had increased by $20,000. But his savings had actually decreased. Every month, $7,900 income after taxes. $7,650 in expenses. What's left? $250. Not even enough to cover a minor emergency. Rohan told himself, I'll start saving seriously next year. Right now, I just want to enjoy the fruits of my labor. That's exactly what 68% of 6-figure earners tell themselves. And that's exactly the habit that destroys wealth. 2. The invisible wealth killer Warren Buffett. Net worth, $120 billion. One of the richest people on earth. You know what car he drives? A 2014 Cadillac XTS. Bought it used. The house he lives in? Same one he purchased in 1958 for $31,500 in Omaha, Nebraska. Not Silicon Valley. Not Manhattan. Omaha. While Rohan was upgrading everything, Buffett said something that should be tattooed on every middle-class person's forehead. Do not save what is left after spending. Spend what is left after saving. But Rohan was doing the opposite. And so are you. This is the habit, lifestyle inflation. The silent wealth killer that nobody talks about. Here's how it works. When your income increases, your lifestyle increases proportionally. Sometimes even more than proportionally. New salary? New car. Big bonus? Bigger apartment. Promotion? Premium everything. It feels justified. It feels earned. It feels right. But mathematically? It's financial suicide. Let me show you Rohan's real numbers. 2020, income, $55,000, expenses, $48,000, savings, $7,000, 12.7%. 2021, income, $75,000, expenses, $67,000, savings, $8,000, 10.7%. 2023, income, $95,000, expenses, $88,000, savings, $7,000, 7.4%. Wait. Let that sink in. Rohan's income increased by $40,000 in 3 years. But his savings? Actually decreased as a percentage. His absolute savings barely moved. His percentage savings got worse. This is lifestyle inflation in action. The more you make, the less you save proportionally. And Rohan isn't alone. A 2023 study found that 60% of Americans making over $100,000 live paycheck to paycheck. Let me say that again, 6-figure earners. Living paycheck to paycheck. How? Lifestyle inflation. But here's what makes it even more dangerous. There are invisible triggers making it worse. 3. The 5 deadly triggers. Rohan's lifestyle didn't inflate by accident. 5 invisible triggers pushed him off the cliff. Trigger number 1. The social media mirage. Every single day, Rohan scrolled past. His college friend Jake posting about his new Tesla. His co-worker Sarah's vacation in Santorini. His cousin Mike's Rolex Submariner. It looked like everyone was winning. Everyone was leveling up. What Rohan didn't know. Jake leased that Tesla, payments he could barely afford, totaling $850 per month. Sarah put that Greece trip on credit cards at 24% APR, still paying it off 8 months later. Mike got that watch as a gift. His actual bank account had $300. Everyone's Instagram looked perfect. Everyone's reality was broke. But Rohan compared his behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. And that comparison became expensive. Trigger number 2, workplace status anxiety. Rohan worked in tech. And in tech, there's an unspoken rule. Your car, your apartment, your lifestyle, they're part of your professional brand. If you don't look successful, people won't take you seriously. So Rohan spent money he didn't have to impress people who weren't paying attention. In his parking garage at work, BMWs, Audis, Teslas. Could everyone actually afford them? Probably not. But Rohan didn't want to be the guy showing up in a 2012 Civic. Trigger number 3, the entitlement mindset. After years of ramen noodles in college, late nights coding, dealing with difficult bosses, Rohan felt like he deserved the good life. I worked hard for this money. Why shouldn't I spend it? Here's the problem with that logic. Working hard doesn't automatically mean you get to stop being smart with money. Warren Buffett worked hard too. Still clips coupons for McDonald's. The wealthiest people in the world don't spend money to prove they earned it. Trigger number 4, the hedonic treadmill. June 2023. Rohan gets his BMW. First week? Absolute bliss. Best feeling ever. Month 2? It's just transportation. Month 3? He's already looking at the BMW 5 Series. This is the hedonic treadmill. No matter what you buy, you adapt to it. The happiness fades. Then you need the next thing to feel that high again. New apartment? Amazing for 60 days. Then it's just home. Designer clothes? You forget you're wearing them after a week. Latest iPhone? Cool for a month, then you want the next model. Lifestyle inflation feeds on this cycle. You're always chasing the next dopamine hit. Trigger number 5, the I'll start saving later myth. Once I hit $100,000, then I'll start saving seriously. After this next promotion, then I'll build my emergency fund. When I'm 35, then I'll get serious about retirement. Future you always seems more responsible than present you. But here's the brutal truth. Your spending habits compound just like investments do. If you can't save on $60,000, you won't save on $100,000. If you can't budget at $100,000, you won't budget at $150,000. The habits you build now are the habits you'll carry forever. And Rohan? He was about to learn this the hard way. 4. The collapse. December 2023. The tech industry starts laying people off. Rohan's company isn't doing great. But he's confident. I'm a good employee. I'll be fine. January 18th, 2024. 9:47 a.m. Meeting with HR. Rohan, due to restructuring, we're going to have to let you go. Just like that. 7 years. Gone. Severance package, 2 months. Rohan walks out with his box of desk items, his BMW key in his pocket, and $1,100 in his checking account. Month 1, severance covers everything. Rohan's confident he'll find something fast. He applies to 50 jobs. Gets 3 interviews. No offers. Month 2, severance runs out. He can't cut his expenses fast enough. BMW payment, $650. Can't sell it without taking a huge loss. Apartment, $2,900. Locked in a lease. Credit cards, $400 minimum payment. Been carrying a balance. Subscriptions, $200 he forgot he even had. His savings account? $1,100 becomes $200. Month 3, panic mode. Rohan asks his parents for money. Borrows $3,000. He still hasn't found a job. He's applying to everything now. Not just tech. Retail. Whatever pays. Month 4, the BMW gets repossessed. His credit score drops 150 points. He breaks his lease, moves back with his parents in Ohio. The life he'd built in San Francisco? Gone. The lifestyle he'd carefully curated on Instagram? Deleted. From $95,000 a year software engineer to unemployed, living in his childhood bedroom. In 120 days. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's extreme. That won't happen to me. But 40% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency expense. 78% of workers live paycheck to paycheck. The average American has $6,000 in credit card debt. Rohan's story isn't rare. It's normal. And it all started with one habit, lifestyle inflation. But here's the good news. There's another way. 5. The Buffett Blueprint. Let me show you what Rohan's life would have looked like if he'd followed the Buffett Blueprint. January 2023, Rohan gets promoted to $95,000. But this time, he makes one different decision. Instead of upgrading his lifestyle, he locks his expenses at his previous income level. He keeps living on $75,000. Banks the entire $20,000 difference. The Buffett rule number 1, pay yourself first. Before the BMW. Before the luxury apartment. Before anything else. Rohan sets up automatic transfers. 20% of every paycheck, high-yield savings, emergency fund. 15% of every paycheck, 401k. 5% of every paycheck, index funds. That's 40% of his income. Automated. Gone before he can spend it. What's left? He spends that. The Buffett rule number 2, avoid lifestyle inflation. Rohan keeps his Honda Civic. It runs fine. Keeps his $1,800 apartment. It's enough. Keeps cooking at home 5 days a week. Does this mean he's living like a broke college student? No. He still enjoys life. Still goes out. Still travels. But consciously. Intentionally. Within limits. The Buffett rule number 3, let compound interest do the heavy lifting. Here's where it gets interesting. Rohan invests that $20,000 annual difference in low-cost index funds. Average return, 10% per year, historical S&P 500 average. After 5 years, $134,000 after 10 years, $350,000 after 20 years, $1.26 million after 30 years, $3.60 million. From one decision. From not inflating his lifestyle. Meanwhile, the other Rohan, the BMW Rohan, has $28,000 in savings after 10 years. Same salary. Different habits. $322,000 difference. But it gets better. The Buffett rule number 4, time is your biggest asset. Rohan starts at 28. If he invests $20,000 per year until retirement at 65, he'll have over $10 million. But if he waits just 5 years, starts at 33 instead of 28, he'll have $6.2 million. He'd lose $3.80 million by waiting 5 years. Every year you delay costs you exponentially. Warren Buffett made 99% of his wealth after his 50th birthday. Not because he started earning more. Because compound interest needed time to work. The Buffett rule number 5, live below your means, not at your means. Buffett lives on less than 1% of his net worth. Not because he has to. Because he chooses to. He gets happiness from security, freedom, and peace of mind. Not from cars, clothes, or keeping up with anyone. He once said, if you buy things you don't need, you'll soon sell things you do need. Rohan learned this the hard way. You don't have to. 6. The real Rohan's redemption. So what happened to the real Rohan? After moving back to Ohio, after the BMW repossession, after hitting rock bottom, he made a decision. Never again. April 2024, Rohan gets a new job. $80,000. Not quite what he made before, but solid. This time? Different playbook. He rents a modest apartment. $1,100 per month. Buys a used Toyota Camry for $12,000 cash. No car payment. Lives on $4,000 per month total. Everything else? Saved and invested. First goal, 6-month emergency fund. $24,000. He hits it in 10 months. Next goal, pay off all credit card debt. $8,000. Gone in 4 months. Third goal, max out his 401k. $22,500 per year. Done. December 2025, Rohan has $47,000 in investments. More wealth than he'd accumulated in the previous 8 years combined. His Instagram? Quiet. No flex posts. His bank account? Loud. Growing every month. His stress levels? Lowest they've been in years. Because financial security feels better than looking successful. His friends from San Francisco? Some are still making $120,000 and living paycheck to paycheck. Rohan's making $80,000 and sleeping peacefully every night. Who's really winning? The transformation isn't about money, it's about identity. Old Rohan defined success by what he owned. New Rohan defines success by what he keeps. Old Rohan spent to impress others. New Rohan invests to free himself. Old Rohan was rich in appearances, poor in reality. New Rohan is quiet in lifestyle, wealthy in assets. Warren Buffett calls this inner scorecard versus outer scorecard. Are you living for the applause of others? Or the peace of yourself? Most people spend their entire lives chasing the outer scorecard. The car. The house. The clothes. The status. And they wake up at 50 stressed, in debt, and dependent on their next paycheck. The wealthy? They play the inner game. They optimize for freedom, not appearance. And they win. Conclusion: let me leave you with this thought. Right now, you're standing at a fork in the road. Path 1, lifestyle inflation. Every raise means a nicer car. Every bonus means a bigger apartment. You'll look successful. Your Instagram will be fire. But you'll be trapped. Living paycheck to paycheck. One emergency away from collapse. Path 2, lifestyle discipline. Every raise means a bigger investment account. Every bonus means more security. You'll look ordinary. Your Instagram will be boring. But you'll be free. Wealthy. In control of your own destiny. Same income. Opposite outcomes. The difference? One habit. Warren Buffett is worth $120 billion and drives a used Cadillac. Your neighbor is worth $47,000 and drives a leased BMW. One of them understands wealth. The other understands appearances. Which one are you? Because here's the truth nobody wants to hear. You can look rich, or you can be rich. You cannot do both. Every dollar you spend to look wealthy is a dollar that can't make you wealthy. Every subscription, every upgrade, every "I deserve this" purchase. It's a choice between your future self and your current ego. Most people choose ego. The 1% choose their future. Which will you choose? Here's what I want you to do right now. Step 1, open your bank account. Look at your last 3 months of expenses. Calculate your lifestyle inflation rate. Is your spending growing faster than your savings? Step 2, download your paycheck. Calculate this number. Savings rate equals money saved divided by money earned times 100. If it's below 20%, you're on path 1. Your lifestyle inflating. Step 3, make one change this week. Not 10. 1. Cancel one subscription you don't need. Skip one DoorDash order and cook at home. Set up one automatic transfer to a savings account. Start small. Build the habit. Step 4, share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Your friend with the new car they can't afford. Your sibling living paycheck to paycheck on $100,000. Your younger self who thinks lifestyle inflation is normal. Because this isn't just about money. It's about freedom. Security. Peace of mind. It's about building the life you want instead of the life Instagram tells you to want. Warren Buffett built a $120 billion empire by saying no to lifestyle inflation. Rohan rebuilt his life by finally understanding this lesson. Now it's your turn. The choice is yours. The time is now. Don't wait until you're broke to learn what Rohan learned the hard way. Start today. Your future self will thank you. If this video opened your eyes, hit that subscribe button. More wealth-building truths coming every week. And drop a comment. What's one expense you're cutting this month? Let's build wealth together. See you in the next one.